Hey there, Molly Christensen here from Building Heroes Academy. So, when you first start homeschooling, one big issue is you have no idea of what you're doing because really, most of us did not grow up with a homeschool experience, and most people don't homeschool, and so we don't know what we're doing. Now, obviously, it helps if you can be a confident homeschooler, but it seems that to be a confident homeschooler, you have to know what you're doing. And so, it's kind of like, how do I get there? So let me tell you 3 things that a confident homeschooler does. And you can even be confident when you're just starting out, even if you don't know what you're doing. Okay, so number 1 is confident homeschoolers make a lot of mistakes. And the reason why that is, well, they don't know what they're doing, but also we make a lot of mistakes because that means we're trying things. If we weren't even trying, then we wouldn't make any mistakes. So that's the good news. You got to make a lot of mistakes to get that confidence, but confidently move forward in making mistakes because making the mistakes are how we learn. That's how we grow and that's how we get confident. So yeah, even the ones that are super confident still make a lot of mistakes because they're still learning and growing. So embrace the mistakes. Number 2, confident homeschoolers don't worry so much about what everybody else says their kids need to know. They don't worry about checking off all the standards and making sure that your kids have every little bit of information that they should know by this time. Instead, confident homeschoolers learn how to focus on the feeling of your home. Is the feeling of your home that your kids are all valued, that they can take their time growing? If it takes them a long time, great. If they go that fast, fantastic. But it is all more about focusing on how it feels to learn in your home. If your kids love to learn, it is amazing how much they can go off and learn on their own because they love it. So focus on the feeling. That's going to build a lot of confidence. Now, you're going to have to make a leap of faith to focus more on having that feeling of a love of learning instead of checking off all the things on the checklist. And it's a leap of faith because you're bucking the system. This is not how it's normally done, but I can tell you it really, really works. And as you practice it and make those mistakes, it's going to get better and better, and you're just going to be amazed at what your kids can do. Even though some days you might be thinking, what am I doing? This kid's never going to make it. But no, you hold fast to that belief that your kids are going to make it. And that brings me to number 3. Number 3 is you, as a confident homeschooler, choose what you're thinking and believing. You can let those voices in your head drag you down. And in fact, I know a lot of us have that problem, not just as mothers, but as homeschool mothers when we added that extra dimension of responsibility there. So a confident homeschooler is aware of what's going on in her head. Is she thinking, oh my gosh, I'm failing my kids. I'm a mess up. My kids are never going to make it. Does she let that soundtrack go on in her head? No. Confident homeschooler is going to be aware of that and kick those negative thoughts out because they're not even true anyway. And all they do is just suck the life and energy out of you. And who wants that? Not me, not you. Okay, so a confident homeschooler is one that is aware of what's going on in her head, and she learned how to generate her own motivation by putting in the good stuff in her brain. So if you want to generate that motivation, you want help getting all those negative voices out, you got to start filling it in with something good. You got to start thinking about that. So as a confident homeschooler, they're the ones that are learning and trying to get more information about how to become better, but they're not using that information to beat themselves up and say, oh, I should be like that. I should do this. No, they're listening to that positive information and they are using those good words to kick out all the negativity that's going on. Okay, so that's the 3 things that confident homeschoolers do. They make a lot of mistakes, but they don't let it get them down. They focus more on the relationship with the kids, on how the kids are feeling about learning, than on filling them up with information. And They're also aware of the thoughts that are going on inside their heads, and they generate their own motivation to keep on going and to know that even though maybe it's hard now, it's going to get better. We're going to find the answers and we're going to make things better. Okay, so until next time, remember you are building heroes and you are a hero yourself and you can do this and you are awesome. Now, if you haven't checked out my 3homeschoolsecrets.com webinar yet, you might want to go watch that too, if you want to. I was going to say read it, but watch. So that's the number 3homeschoolsecrets.com. And we'll see you next time.